Get ready for non-stop action. Jorge Masvidal is back on the UFC's radar, and it sounds like he's got big plans lined up. After stepping away from the octagon, it seems the UFC has a whole new strategy for their former BMF champ, and Jake Paul's most valuable promotions tried to snatch him up for a massive Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano card. What's Masvidal's next move? You'll have to stay tuned. And speaking of calling out the promotion, Michael Venom Page is making some serious noise after his latest UFC London win. He's admitting his walkout was a direct jab at the UFC brass and is ready to prove he deserves a bigger stage, even if he only has one fight left on his contract. Will Venom resign, or is he looking for a new home? Meanwhile, the money is flowing for Nate Diaz's return to MMA. Joe Rogan is spilling the beans on Diaz's massive payday for the upcoming Netflix card, and it's a number that has everyone talking. Could he have made this much against Conor McGregor? We've got all the details on this explosive payday. And finally, Dana White himself is weighing in on UFC London, and he's not holding back on Michael Venom Page's performance. The UFC CEO is openly criticizing the fight, calling it bad. What does this mean for Page's future with the promotion? We're breaking it all down and so much more. Stick around, hit that like button, and subscribe so you never miss a moment.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Jorge Masvidal could be weeks away from a comeback fight after the UFC barred a recent offer from Most Valuable Promotions. The inaugural BMF champion, Jorge Masvidal, hung up his gloves after his fight against Gilbert Burns at UFC 287. But now, just a few years after his retirement, Masvidal might be on the verge of a return to the octagon. Masvidal, one of the UFC's biggest stars to never hold a world championship, recently revealed that Most Valuable Promotions, Jake Paul's company, approached him with an offer to fight on the upcoming Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano card. However, the UFC reportedly blocked this move, stating they have a good plan for Masvidal's return. He mentioned conversations with UFC's Nakasa Bidarian and that the promotion presented him with 3 potential opponents for his comeback. While he didn't reveal names, the possibility of a future fight against Conor McGregor hasn't been ruled out. Fans are buzzing about who Masvidal will face next in his potential UFC comeback. This has ignited discussions about the UFC's matchmaking strategy and Masvidal's future in the sport. Don't go anywhere, because what the UFC CEO said about Michael Venom Page next might shock you. And we're still talking money with Nate Diaz's massive payday. Michael Venom Page admits his UFC London walkout was a direct jab at the promotion after recent criticism. Page, with just one fight left on his 6-fight UFC contract, is uncertain about his future with the organization. After a unanimous decision win over Sam Patterson at UFC Fight Night 270 in London, which drew boos from the crowd, Page expressed his dissatisfaction with his own performance and the circumstances. He stated he wants a fight where his opponent wants to take my head off, to truly showcase his skills. Page's vocal criticism prior to the event, including his dislike of the Patterson booking and comments on Zuffa Boxing's signing of Conor Ben, along with his choice of entrance music, "They don't care about us," have fueled speculation about tension with the UFC. Despite these issues, Page emphasizes his gratitude for being part of the UFC and his ultimate goal of winning a belt. He's eager to prove himself in his final contract fight and hopes for a re-signing with the promotion. The MMA community is watching closely to see if the UFC will offer him a new deal after his outspokenness. But what happens when the boss himself speaks out? Dana White's reaction to Michael Venom Page's fight is coming up next, and we're diving deep into Nate Diaz's massive pay packet. Joe Rogan has leaked Nate Diaz's eye-watering pay for the upcoming Netflix MMA card, and it's a figure that's absolutely wild. Nate Diaz is set to make his highly anticipated return to MMA on May 16th, facing Mike Perry on a stacked card promoted by Netflix and Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions. This event also features Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano in the main event and Francis Ngannou versus Philippe Lins. During his show, Joe Rogan revealed that Diaz is expected to earn significantly more than the $10 million initially rumored, calling the figure wild. Rogan even theorized that Diaz could have earned a similar amount for a trilogy fight against Conor McGregor, given their history. This massive payday highlights the value Diaz brings to the promotion and the growing influence of non-traditional fight platforms like Netflix in combat sports. The MMA world is abuzz with talk of the financial powerhouses involved and the potential implications for fighter pay across the industry. And the drama doesn't stop there. Dana White is not happy with one UFC London fighter. We've got his unfiltered reaction coming up. Dana White has openly criticized Michael Venom Page's performance at UFC London, calling it a bad fight despite Page securing a win. Page defeated Sam Patterson via unanimous decision at the O2 Arena, but the bout was met with boos from the crowd due to a lack of action. White expressed his disappointment, noting the low output from both fighters, with Page landing only 33 strikes. The UFC CEO stated, "I don't know. He won, so we'll see what's next," indicating uncertainty about Page's future direction within the promotion. Page, known for his striking, struggled to impose himself throughout the 15-minute contest, and Patterson offered little offense in return. This lackluster performance means Page, now 4-1 in the UFC, is still seeking his first finish inside the promotion since signing as a free agent. The criticism from White adds another layer to Page's contract situation, especially after his vocal comments and unique walkout prior to the fight. The MMA community is debating whether this performance and White's reaction will impact his chances of re-signing with the UFC. We've covered Masvidal's potential return, MVP's contract drama, and Diaz's massive payday. But what's next for the UFC? Stick around for our lightning round recap and full outro. Alright, fight fans, that's a wrap on today's explosive news. We saw Jorge Masvidal potentially making a UFC comeback, Michael Venom Page calling out the promotion with just one fight left, Nate Diaz cashing in big for a Netflix event, and Dana White slamming a UFC London performance. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more non-stop fight content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which story you're most excited about, and follow us on all social media platforms for even more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.